Welcome to An Actor's Library. I am Carlise Burke, and I am delighted to present to you today's book review on How Not to Die Alone. This book, let's get right to it. This book is absolutely delightful. I actually am trying to get no glare. It's not happening. Maybe there. How Not to Die Alone. Anyway, trust me, that's the title of the book, How Not to Die Alone. Absolutely delightful. It was so much fun. Despite the title, I knew it was fiction, but like How Not to Die Alone, I thought it was going to be like depressing and morbid and about somebody who was alone and dying. And, the tagline is it's never too late to start living. But it was actually a lot of fun. Written by Richard Roeper, his first novel. He's used to writing nonfiction. He's from England. I think he's from England. At least that's where he works. He's an editor at Headline Publishing there. And I love all books, British and English, and stories about London and the references. And some of them I know and some of them I don't know the language. They'll call an apartment a flat and an elevator a lift, and different things like that are fascinating to me. I love traveling the world and getting to understand different cultures. But this book was so good, and it's about this man named Andrew who has a job that I've never heard of. Andrew's job is to go into the homes of people who have passed away and they lived alone. And there is no apparent next of kin. So he has to go in and look for clues, see if he can find any information about who to contact, who's going to pay for this funeral, and most of the time he doesn't come up with anything. Occasionally, he'll come up with a distant relative. He'll have little scamming neighbors that will come over while he's at the house trying to take care of the final effects and say that this person owed them some money or owed them that, valuable piece of artwork or whatever. And Andrew lives alone, and he's got a backstory. He's a little quirky and dismal. And so it's ironic that he has that job, but it's okay with him because he works alone. He lives alone. He works alone. He goes a little above and beyond his job in that once he kind of settles the person's affairs, finds out that there is no one in that person's life that's going to do it, he will then go to the services or the funeral or the memorial or whatever it is that they set up for this person, for the deceased. And most of the time, he's the only one there. Or there'll be one other relative. And there is one scene where there is one other relative at a funeral who tries to, kind of get with Andrew. And Andrew's kind of like, oh, no, that's okay. Andrew's friends are online only. I think it's like a gaming thread that they have online, and he doesn't really have friends in person. Although at his job, this company that he works for, where they go in and take care of the deceased's last effects, they get a new employee named Peggy, and things start to shift in Andrew's life a little bit. And I don't want to give away too much. But he's a little shaken, and things change for him. And the people on his job don't know that he lives alone. They think he has a wife and maybe 2 children. Don't want to give away too much about that either. You'll have to read it, y'all. You'll have to read it. I keep holding it up, but there's a glare. Oh, now it's not. It's sideways, but at least there's no glare. It's delightful. I really enjoyed this book, and I love that Mr. Richard Roeper, first-time novelist, he loves to listen to Ella Fitzgerald. And so does his character. So does his main character, the protagonist, Andrew. So I love it. It's delightful. Get a copy. If they ever make this into a movie or a film, I can't remember the character that I would like to audition for. It's not Peggy, but there was a very interesting, I think it's the one that kind of maybe was trying to holler at Andrew at the, I'm not sure, but there's a couple of really interesting characters I would not mind auditioning for if this were ever a TV show or a TV series or a movie. I absolutely loved it. I hope they make it into something. Oh, this is the first book that I read from my Book of the Month Club. You can see the logo up there. And what they do on their books is they kind of emboss it over there. So either way, I like to take my book jackets off, dust covers as they call them, when I'm actually reading the book. I might have to just I might just have to keep this one in my library. I probably won't read it again, but I just like it. It makes me smile to remember this story. And I've had it, I'm not even going to tell you how long I've had it, but it was my first Book of the Month Club book. I enjoyed it immensely, and I say check it out. How Not to Die Alone by Richard Roeper. Still trying to get that glare off. Bye.